Guys, today we'll see small things. Okay. Like few students are also not present today. Still, we'll see few small things. Like, first of all, I'll show you administrator access and custom rule, and also how to configure DNS, static route and default route. Static route we saw yesterday. How to configure default route, that I'll show you. Okay. So administrator access with custom rule, default route, DNS. This much first of all we'll see. And a small option we'll see one more. That is time-based access policy. And we'll, yes,
Password management
password management.
means if we have to change them on.
Oh, if you have to change password, and that's what I'll show right now. Okay, it will come under the administrator access. 1 minute. So we'll see administrator access, custom rule, default, DNS, and time-based access. So small things, it won't take much time. So your friend is asking how to change the password of your device, right? We'll do it through Gaia. Gaia access password, how would you change it? Very simple. It comes all under the administrator access. Okay. So let's see here. First of all, administrator access. Uh, I'll try to ping SMS 105.0.0.254. Perfect. https://105.254. Admin 123. I'm changing for one. You can do it for firewall, anything. So here, if you come below, you see user management, change my password options are here. First of all, let's see user. I have admin user and monitor user by default. Let's concentrate on admin. Admin is having a rule called as a admin rule. Okay, admin rules. If you click here, you get an option to change the rule. Here, if you want to remove this, you can remove it. It's up to you. Okay. But first of all, you have to replace this privilege with another user. Then you can make a modification with admin. Even admin can be modified, not a issue. So let's say if I'm adding a user called user1, password admin123, admin123 in a small letter, what role can I assign? If I want to assign admin role, I can put it here. I have a monitor role as well. So if you want to monitor role, you can add it and remove it like this. Let's say I'm adding a admin role. Say okay. And I want to log out. Log in with user1, password admin123. Log in here. Then go to users. I believe we can now remove a user admin. It is giving me edit option, reset password option, edit option. These options we are getting here, not the delete one, because that's a default that we have system default. Okay, role modification is also not there. Admin means it is fixed here. But a reset password is there. If you want to reset the password, you can click here, you can change the password. Okay, this option we have. All right. Now comes to role. When you click on role here you have a password policy as well. In a password policy, minimum length, how many characters, right? What you need, required two character types, required three character types. Uh, okay, so you can read all this, how long your password should not get expired, right? After how many days it should get expired, how many days before you should get warning, and all these criterias are given. You can go through password policies. Now comes a rule. You guys can create a rule. So here you can see, I'll create a custom rule. Here you have features and external extended commands. Okay, standard commands like CLI commands, what you want to give. So let's say I want to give, for example, you want to give a backup option. Select here, and you have three options here. Read only means he can view but can't make changes. Reader and write means both options you can give. BGP configuration and all these things, press shift and then scroll it down. These options are getting selected, and these options you want to give it as a read only. So like this, of your choice, you can create the list of commands or the features. In a command, let's say you want to give ping command. So select ping commands here, ping for IPv6 or IPv4, whatever you want. This way, you can create a list of features and you can create a custom rule. Okay, two commands given here. You can see two commands showing 17 features. And then you can go back to a user. Currently, we are logging in with the user one, right? Okay, let's see, being in a user, can I modify? Remove, yes, it is allowing. Custom role assigned, say okay, but it will be applied only when you log out and log in. So if I log out and log in here, user one, password, admin 123. You see limited options we have now, right? So this way you guys can create a user, change password, assign the privilege, commands, whatever you want, you can do it. So it's up to you. You want to do it for firewall or only for SMS. Okay. So this was one of the part that we completed. I can log in with admin. Uh, Password is admin123. Guys, this part, is it clear? Administrator access and custom rule, these two things. Online, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Bro, one doubt here. If
Yep.
we are creating multiple users, okay, we can restrict that for that user's particular applications or something we can access everything. Just I missed that part.
So I had shown you right now to select the features, right? So
Correct. That we
you
selected
can
only those features only available for users, right?
that
Other
particular
users.
users, yeah.
Okay, okay. Got it. Thank you.
Now, see, if you have to create a default route, a static route, or DNS, anything, you have to do through Gaia. So on a firewall, if I have to configure all, any one of these things, you have to go through Gaia. So https://105.253 username admin, and then I'll say admin123. Login here. Now, in this network management, under the network management, you see host and DNS. So host name you can change primary DNS. Let's say if you want a internet access at your management interface of the firewall, then only this type of DNS and all will be required. Or if you have any DNS server in your network, or if you have purchased any domain based on which you're getting access, so this type of DNS servers access you guys can give it. Okay, multiple. Simple static route we configured yesterday and shown you multiple static routes here. Now coming to default route, when you click on this, you guys notice here there is a predefined default route, okay, which I haven't created. There is predefined default route. And actually, this is the issue I get, which wasn't allowing me to ping yesterday, the outside interface IP, because by default, this was taking something. This could be. We'll try to check. We'll try to figure it out once again. Go to WAN router. And yesterday we created, so IP interface brief, right? Oh, I guess I didn't save the configuration. Interface G0 by 0, I'll say no shut. Behind DMZ, we created one loopback as well, right? Yesterday. DMZ part was working fine. Everything was fine. Show IP interface brief. We were facing little challenge on the WAN side. So here I can see gateway 172.16.1.20, 12.10.10. This was the subnet. Okay, let me delete this route. I want to create a default route towards, click on edit here. And this is the default IP, which is mentioned. Let us remove this to 172.16.1.20 is the IP, right? So I give a default route towards the router that we have at the WAN site. I created a default route instead of a static route. I created a default route here. I made a modification inside this. You can see now this default route IP has been changed. Now, once this is done, okay. Okay. Now default route created, and we'll create any loopback IP, because we have given a default route, right? So I'll not put 10 related any IP here. Interface loopback 1 IP address. I'll say 5.2.7.20, right? 5.2.7.20 IP 255.255.255. 0. Yesterday, why I didn't pay attention on that default or I don't know. Login here, admin 123. This is to traffic, not a through traffic. This is to traffic from firewall, right? So if I try to ping 5.2.7.20, is everything okay? Do so IP interface brief. Interface is up, loopback is up. Debug IP ICMP. Hey, there is some problem with this image. Oh, packet is coming. Echo request is sent and reply is also sent. Request is being received and reply is also being sent to 172.16.1.75 from this IP. Wait, so IP route, yesterday I created a default route, right? 1.75, we have a default route here. One, you all. It means a reply packet which is coming from a router that is being dropped. A request is going, a reply is given from the router. A reply packet will have type 0, which is being dropped. Okay, let's see policy. Um, but you know, I didn't face such type of issues with other versions earlier. That also a good idea. We can check with Wireshark as well. Let us capture a packet here on the firewall itself. It's ETH2, right? I'll send a packet from the firewall. We are already sending. Now stop the capturing. So I can see from this source to this destination IP ICMP echo request type 8 is going, right? And from this IP ICMP echo reply, C0 reply is also coming. Firewall is not accepting. It means there is not a routing issue. Okay. This is clear now. So let's see on the policy side. One problem can be if at this interface, if uh, there is a service, okay, I'm forgetting that service name, what a scan or something is there. If that service is enabled, if that filtering is applied at the interface, that might cause the issue. Okay. Service is allowing, right? So we yesterday we created a services like permit IP any we created yesterday. Okay. Yeah, I believe I get a strong feeling. I believe that's only the reason. Let's see. Mm. And that thing you can see through Smart Console. That feature comes under your Smart Console. So admin 123. Let's log in. See, yesterday we did multiple things. Any also we created, right? So policy would not be a problem. We also have a cleanup rule here, right? We'll make a modification here, but okay. Already we have any, so cleanup rule, let it be with a drop itself. How do we see that option? Go to firewall. I believe that is only the issue. Come to edit, select the firewall, go to edit option. And here, management. And E2 interface, right? Right click, go to edit. Yeah, anti-spoofing. See, this anti-spoofing is being applied here. So request is going when reply is coming, right? That reply is being dropped by anti-spoofing feature so that anyone can't spoof your IP. Okay. So what we'll do, anti-spoofing will disable it. I believe from here after everything will be clear. It was an anti-spoofing feature that was preventing it. Okay. So once this is applied, now go to firewall.
Instant policy.
Policy is already there, na? 5.2.7.0. Oh, yeah. I didn't push the policy. Correct. Install the policy.
So then it means like it can overcome the disadvantages of the policy-based firewall.
Uh,
Anti-spoofing.
Anti-spoofing is checking a same subnet. It is not allowing the same subnet from other interfaces to come out. Let's say, for example, if anti-spoofing is enabled, it will create an issue with your VPN. So while you are creating a VPN that time, at least you will disable that feature. So yesterday, due to this feature itself, we were not able to make an attack from the same subnet, right? But let's say I disabled it. Today we'll try that again.
So then what is benefit of that feature? If in VPN we have to turn it on.
See, conditions are there, right? Might be that interface I'm not using for VPN. I might use other interface for VPN. Possible. Policy got failed. Deployment got failed here. You can read the failing reason why it got failed. It says rule 1 conflicts with a rule conflicting issue is there. So come to rule. Any this rule, right? Let us delete this rule. This rule does not, we don't need this rule actually. Because it was two traffic, right? So we had seen two traffic should work. For two traffic, we should not have any restrictions. So, okay, let's see. Like this, read the informations and then do the troubleshooting. See, after knowing checkpoint firewall, everything, you will feel interested. I mean, it is interesting. Okay.
Anti-spoofing was on. So in that there is option prevent and log. It means that log must be generated when we think.
Correct. We'll see that. So this is turned off now. Let's see. Started getting reply now. It was an anti-spoofing feature which was enabled by default at the interface. And one more thing we'll see, guys, might be at LAN interface, anti-spoofing is enabled, right? At WAN we disabled, right? And at DMZ, anti-spoofing wasn't enabled yesterday. That's why I didn't check on WAN interface. Yesterday we configured DMZ, right? See, on DMZ, anti-spoofing is not enabled by default. Anti-spoofing is disabled. So I assumed it would be disabled on WAN itself. So I didn't check. I didn't cross verify. Okay, let's see E1 interface. E1 interface. See, here also it is enabled. Let it be enabled only. I'll try to perform attack. Same attack we'll try to do. Okay, same attack we'll try to do. Let's understand our policy again. Our policy is we give a name as a LAN and DMZ, and subnet we give as a 10.11.11.0, and we give a subnet as a 192.168.60.0. Right. So my target was yesterday. Let's see if it works. Two things I'll do, two experiments. Okay. So I'll come here. On the WAN router. Okay. On the WAN router. First of all, I'll change the loopback IP. Interface loopback 1 IP address 10.11.11.5. Same subnet IP, right? Same subnet means I have allowed it entire subnet, not the same IP, same subnet IP I'm taking, right? I'll say no shut and I'll check show IP interface brief. But right now we don't have a policy to ping from outside to firewall. That policy we don't have. We have 10.11 policy, right? Yes, we have a policy. So we'll try to ping. No, DMZ we don't have. DMZ we have, for WAN we don't have. Let's do one thing. I'll go to checkpoint firewall and from here I'll try to ping 10.11.11.5. Destination unreachable. We have a default route towards a router itself, right? But still it's not a reachable, might be due to anti-spoofing. Here also, understand guys, don't confuse. We are doing something interesting to find out. Here also, this interface also has 10.11 and behind here also we have 10.11, right? So when I'm trying to send the traffic to this 10, I'm unable to ping it. Here I created 10.11.11.5 IP, right? And here directly connected interface is also 10.11.11.10 IP, same subnet. So your firewall is not letting me to connect to a same subnet towards the WAN. I have a default route. I have a default route towards this IP, but still my router, my firewall is not allowing me. Might be your packet is getting into this subnet here, right? And at this interface, we have anti-spoofing enabled. So let me disable anti-spoofing and let me check. So I'll go to servers. Wait, let me try pinging. Here I'm not able to ping. Fine. I'll try pinging from here to DMZ because that type of rule we have, right? We have a rule from 10.11 to 192.168.60.0. That a rule we have. So I'll go to DMZ router. DMZ router. Check the interface IP. At least I should also get a confirmation, right? Is that a loophole here? So IP interface brief. Configure terminal. Interface G0 by 1. I'll say no shut. Right. And I'll try to ping my gateway IP. What's my gateway IP? 10. Yeah, it's reachable. Everything is fine. Say, first of all, I'll initiate the packet. Let me go directly to DMZ3. Sorry, WAN 3. WAN 2, sorry, WAN 2. From here, I'll try to ping 192.168.60.3, right? 60.3 with the source as my loopback 1. It is not allowing. Okay. Might be we have anti-spoofing feature enabled at the LAN that is protecting it. Let me do. Go to E1. Anti-spoofing. I disabled it. Say okay, 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 and I'll install the policy. In my firewall, I already have a policy. In a firewall, we already have a policy. LAN subnet 10.11.11.0 subnet to 192.168.60.0 subnet. Right. This name can be anything, right? So let's see. Okay, policy got deployed here. I'll come to I'll come to WAN. No, from directly connected, it is not allowing. Okay. Even after I'm trying to perform the attack, right? I'm just trying to fool our firewall that 10.11.11.IP is coming from this router instead of coming from this PC. This is what I tried doing, but it is not getting access. Okay.
Do you need to create rule for one person so that it can
There is nothing called this involvement, right? I mean, we don't have any involvement of a interface here. Here it checks 10.11 belongs to this subnet, which is directly connected. That's the reason why it is not allowing. If I change this subnet, then firewall will understand. It will accept the packet from here, I believe. Shall we try?
Yes, sir.
Okay, let's do it that. Admin 123. I'll come to our interface. I'll just change the subnet here. I'll make it as 15.11.11.0. Okay. So this IP got changed now. E1. Now let me come to WAN router. Smart console also we have to update. Here we changed and we applied. And here we have to come to servers, go to interfaces, go to edit. And you have to click on get interfaces, get without topology. So now it got modified to 15. Accept it and say okay. And let me just install the policy. Okay, once again, just for confirmation. I tried releasing 10.11.11.0 subnet just to find out the rule which I had created. Now, is that working or not? rule from 10.11.11.0 subnet to 192 subnet. Is that working or not? We'll just check it. One. Now it is started working. It means any subnet that is, but guys, again, I have a loophole. I mean, what I feel here is, okay, I released, I released a directly connected network, right? I released, now here I have 10.11 behind R2. So this rule is now getting triggered to allow the traffic. I didn't make any changes with the rule. Same rule allowed it for 10.11. 10.11 wasn't fixed with your E1 or E2. That is proved. See, guys, try understanding here. Earlier we had 10.11.11.0/24 subnet configured here. I converted into a different subnet. I converted this into 15, right? And this subnet got released, and here I created this subnet. I created one IP from this subnet here, correct? What I did is I created one IP.5 here. I didn't modify anything in a rule. Existing rule itself allowed me to ping from here to DMZ. So one thing is very clear here, due to policy-based firewalling here, your firewall is not deciding that this subnet belongs to this interface or this interface. That can be decided only in a zone-based firewall, not in a policy-based firewall, right? What if I take a router here, and behind the router also I put 10.11? You getting my point? I'll add a static route for 10.11 here. Now this experiment you guys do. Okay. Guys, did you understand what experiment to do?
Sorry, sir. Repeat it again. I didn't get it.
I said right now here I have different subnet. Here I have 10, sorry, here I have 15.11.11.0 subnet. And here I created 10.11.11.0. Why don't you take one router here and behind this router create a same subnet again, 10.11. Don't make any modification in a policy. In a firewall, you have to add a route for this subnet towards the router. And then try pinging from here also and try pinging from here. See, same policy is working or not. See, one experiment we did and one thing we understood. That is, if same subnet is not used as a directly connected interface, right? Let's say if I am an attacker, if I try testing with multiple IPs, and if I find any loophole that your rule is getting triggered with some IP and I'm able to reach your internal server, that can be a loophole, right? So that is clear. Anyways, it's up to you. If you have understood the concept, now here after experiment, you guys can do whatever you want, you can do it. So today, one thing was clear. if you have an anti-spoofing feature enabled, anti-spoofing feature might block your ping traffic, reply traffic. Request will go, reply traffic can be, or a request coming from the outside for ICMP can be blocked, even though if you have enabled the services, right? So anti-spoofing feature, we have disabled it. If you want, you can enable it. If you are not using any VPNs and all here, then it's good to enable so that you can prevent the attacks coming for ICMP and all, or unwanted access. Okay, I'll just correct it back to 10.11, guys. Okay, I'll just make the interface here back to 10.11. So come here, I'll make it as a 10.11. Say okay. And I'll go to interface, and here also on the firewall, on the smart console also I'll refresh. I'll import. So go to a network and here get the interface. Okay, yesterday whatever confusions we had, today everything is clear. Installing a policy, publish a policy. Anti-spoofing feature wasn't creating problem for same subnet at two zones. The testing that we did for same subnet in a two different interfaces, right? That connectivity issue wasn't created by anti-spoofing. Anti-spoofing is separate and our testing was separate. Yeah, and anti-spoofing feature only created an issue where you could not ping directly, even after having a service. If service was enabled here, even though we were trying to ping, it wasn't pinging. The reason was anti-spoofing. You getting my point? समझे कि नहीं समझे? Confused हो गए? Guys, are you confused? See, anti-spoofing feature. Anti-spoofing feature. What was the anti-spoofing feature doing? Anti-spoofing feature, whenever you were trying to ping here, it wasn't allowing. Or when I was trying to ping here and when reply was coming, this was also getting blocked. This issue was due to anti-spoofing. Understood? We were doing two testings. One was about route reachability and all. So reachability issue was due to, it wasn't a reachability issue actually. It was a feature enabled as an anti-spoofing which was dropping the packet, right? And other was to test the same subnet that I already told you guys. If I have a same subnet configured at the firewall, and then if I use a same subnet anywhere, your firewall will not allow it. So if I release this same subnet, let's say if I make it as a 15 and 10 is released, and if I make it as a 10.11.11.0 here, then I can ping with the same rule. If I don't create a rule, same rule can help me to connect. So this is one of the loophole. In zone-based firewall, what I can say, if 10 has to come from E1 interface, from the LAN zone, then it won't accept any packet for 10 from the WAN zone. That is benefit of zone-based firewall. In policy-based firewall, 10 can be here, 10 can be here. Same policy can work for both. This was the disadvantage.
So in conclusion, we can say like policy is dependent on subnet, not
Correct. Policy is dependent on your IP address, subnet, not based on the interface. This is the conclusion. Guys, till this point, am I clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As much as you do experiment, you come to know, right? But your understanding of direction of understanding should be clear. You should be confident with technology. Then only your experiment will be in a correct direction. Okay, till here it is good, guys. Now last thing what I'll show you today is time-based access. For time-based access, uh, your firewall and SMS time should be same. Okay. As per firewall time, your policy will get deployed. If your firewall time is a PST time, which is -8, and you are applying time as per IST, which is plus 5:30, so it will be 13 hours difference. Your rule will not work. First of all, what I'm saying is time on your firewall should be same as per the policy that you are applying. Okay. So when you come here, can you see time part here, guys? Your time is October 30 and it's 14:50. If you want to change it, you can change it manually. Okay. And time is here GMT, Asia Kolkata, which is IST time zone. So make sure this is good. Same thing, you verify it on SMS as well. Okay. Guys, here we can see time on both the devices are same. So all good. Now, what is time-based filtering? Understand. Time-based filtering is all about how do you limit access as per the time. I often keep giving this funny example. Let's say you're going for a bank. Cashier is sitting in front of you. You have gone in a bank to withdraw your money from check. And that guy, instead of serving you, he's watching YouTube, he's watching cricket and telling you server is down. Correct. He's enjoying and you are suffering. You complained, manager came back, he told he is an employee of SBI, government employee. So do you think he'll obey manager also? Very hardly he could obey manager. Out of 5 employees, let's say 2 employees obeyed and 3 didn't obey. So how manager can implement it? So what manager will request technical team for this time, this application should not work. Right. These things should not be accessible at this particular time. I haven't taught you guys application filtering as of now, but later you can relate this with application filtering. Right now, I'm just showing you time-based filtering. Now, in that time-based filtering, you can include any services. You can include HTTP, HTTPS application, anything. Okay. Our next class will be for translation and then for application filtering. So whatever technologies you keep learning, you can add in that filtering. That's it. Okay. Now go to Smart Console And here, let's see a policy between LAN to DMZ. So LAN to DMZ, this particular subnet to this subnet, and we don't have option of time here. Okay, so right click on this and you see hit count. If you want to see hit count option will show. Okay, hit count option somewhere it will be added. Yeah, hit counts option got added. Right click again here, and if you want time, then click on time, and you will see time option getting somewhere added. Yeah, time is any as of now. So I want to create my time zone and I want to apply access to that particular time itself. First of all, let me go to a LAN PC and get access to a LAN zone, LAN to DMZ zone. Is it accessible or not? Yesterday we had given an access, right? Let's see a policy first of all. LAN to DMZ, what have we allowed it? LAN to DMZ, everything is allowed it. Okay, everything is allowed it. I told you, filtering, you can apply anything. Uh, Day by day, we'll learn different filterings. Filtering is a different part. Time filtering is different thing. Okay. Test 1, 2, 3. ncpa.cpl. From here, let me ping 192.168.60.3. Yeah, we have a reachability. Okay. Assume after 5 p.m., it should not get access. 10 to 5, it should not get access for HTTP or ping or anything. 10 to 5, for particular service, you don't want to give access. So what you'll do, rules are triggered from top to bottom. So this rule, do we have an option of clone? Copy and paste. See if it works. Paste above. Okay, clone option is not there, but copy and paste option is there. Okay, so I'll rename it as a LAN to DMZ time. Paste. Right, that's a rule name. Same subnet, everything. Here I can define a service. Okay, first of all, let me go and check another service as well. Let me check, am I able to get HTTP access? Two services, one service will filter. Yes, I'm getting HTTP access. So what I'll try to do is, HTTP should not be accessible and ping should work. That type of filtering will apply. So in a service, I'll select, first of all, let me remove this any condition and I'll select which service, 80, HTTP. HTTP service I selected here and I said this HTTP service should be accessible any particular time you can say every day. No, let's say I want to create my own. I want to create a time zone. Here you have an option. This type of icon is for new. So I want to create from 5 p.m. onwards, it should be accessible. This HTTP should be accessible from 5 p.m. onwards. So custom time, and here I'll say it will immediately apply from today, right? And timing will give
It will apply only 5 minutes. Like here, saying that
mhm,
it should apply in like here
5 p.m.
5
right?
minutes.
5 minutes.
Yeah, so like how to like
No, it's okay. After 5 p.m., it should be accessible if I give. According to firewall, it's not 5 p.m., right? So 5 p.m. means 17, right? So I'll say 17 to morning 9 a.m. 70 to morning 9 a.m. Right. On this date, I'm applying. Oh, wait. I'll close it. I'll create again. I'll add new. I'll say from 17 to 9 a.m. 17 to 9 a.m. daily. Okay. So reoccurring from 2. We have done it, right? Immediately it should get applied from here. Home field must occur. Okay. Let's say
so 9 to 17 it is 9 comes the
17 to, let's say, 24. What is max? It can go 23. It goes till 23. So let's say 17 to 23. I want immediately to get applied. Okay. So custom rule I created. Now, what I said HTTP should get accessible after 5 p.m. Right. And here I have another rule that has any condition. So rule will be checked from top to bottom. Right. If the time is after 5, then first rule will get created. I mean, first rule will get triggered. Right. And if time is not according to the time given here, then this rule will get triggered, right? So if I try to go for HTTP, it will match this time, first of all, HTTP. And HTTP will find, oh, time as per firewall, it is not 5 p.m. And here it is mentioned as a 5 p.m., right? So it should not give it, It should not get an access. So let's see. Let me install the policy. Okay, this is installed now. Let me come here. This is LAN PC. Let me ping. Ping is working. For ping, second policy will get triggered. And let me go for HTTP. This is HTTP. We are getting access. I guess this rule is getting triggered. Our conditions didn't match.
The same condition can be applied in reverse, like from 9 to 17, and there we can do drop in case of exit. So in that time period.
That we can, yeah, that also we can try. Like I can say here, 10 to 23 or 10 to 5. 5 means 17. 10 to 5 every day. I can give an action as a drop. 10 to 5, this particular service should be dropped, and rest all the services should be allowed. Let's apply it this way as well. Okay, so I'll come here. Okay, we are not getting access because it falls under the that particular time. The rule got messed. But at the same time, if I try to ping, you see ping is working, but HTTP is not working because HTTP is blocked. I mean, it is denied between 10 to 5. Right. That's why it is not working. Okay. This way you can check and you can do it. Is this clear, guys? Time-based filtering. If you change the
Yes,
time
sir.
of firewall, if you change the time of firewall, right? Let's say, for example, uh, something extra. Go to Gaya, admin, admin 123. Here you can clarify, do we need to make changes on both the devices, SMS and firewall, or only firewall is enough? So I'll go to a firewall. Here we have time. And let us make a time here 18, right? So now 18 means here I made a time 18, and as per the rule, till 17 only this will block. This rule will not match as per the timing. Let us see. Yeah, perfect. It is accessible. Admin and Cisco. So only on a firewall time is important. Okay. Okay. So time-based access is also done. Guys, today we finished administrator access custom role, default DNS, and also we completed time-based filtering. This much we have done. Next week we'll start with translation. So make sure you guys go through translation chapter, do research on a translation topic. Okay. Here after everything will go smoothly. Okay.
Sir, can you please add packet flow of checkpoint firewall as well?
Okay. I'll do it.
Okay.
Okay. I'll see you guys.
Yeah.